Log in to the PSP. In the top navigation bar, select Applications. On the Applications Records page, click on the New Application button. On the Application Profile page, select the appropriate plan number. Choose Amendment as the application type from the drop-down list. Complete the questions on your screen and click Start. On the Application Workspace page, click on Add Amendment Detail in the Actions window. On the application for registration of a pension plan amendment page, you'll need to provide information about the changes that are being made through the pension plan amendment. Repeat the Add Amendment Detail process for each additional change that is included in the amendment. This includes any changes that are occurring on different effective dates, as well as multiple changes that take effect on the same effective date. You must enter each change separately. Note, the information that you provide will be used to populate the Form 1.1. When you have finished adding the amendment details, the warnings and error box will indicate which documents you are required to submit with your application. On the Application Workspace page, click on Attach Document in the Actions window. On the Attach Documents page, select the document type from the drop-down menu. Click on Browse and select the PDF you wish to submit. Note, the PDF size must be less than 15 megabytes and should not be password protected or encrypted. Click on Save and Close to complete the upload process. Repeat the Attach Documents process for each document that is required for this amendment. Click on View Form 1.1 PDF in the Actions box. When you are ready to submit your application, click on Submit in the Actions box. If the Submit button is grayed out, check for messages in the Warnings and Errors box and make any necessary changes to fix the issues. On the Submit Application page, select the Certification box and applicable checkboxes for the jurisdictions. Click on Certify and Submit to complete the certification process. You will be returned to the Application Workspace page. You'll receive an automatic email that acknowledges your application was received by FSRA. If additional information is required, you will receive a notification email with the subject line, "Response Required." To view FISRA's correspondence and respond to additional requirements, on the PSP, in the top navigation bar, select Applications. On the Application Record page, select the plan number, application type Amendment, and under Status, select Awaiting Response. Click on Open Workspace in the Actions column. On the Application Workspace page, you will find a message from FISRA under the Correspondence or Notes section. Note: to submit additional documents or notes, your application must be at status Awaiting Response. On the Application Workspace page, click on the New Correspondence button in the Correspondence section. On the Attached Document page, add the title of the document you are uploading. Click Browse and select the file you wish to submit. Click on Save and Close to complete the upload process. Repeat the new correspondence process for each document that you wish to submit. On the Application Workspace page, click on Submission Update in the Actions window. On the Submission Application page, click on Certify and Submit to complete the certification and submission process. You will be returned to the Application Workspace page. What to expect after Submission Update? You will receive an automatic email that acknowledges your application was received by FISRA. Again, if FISRA requires further information to review your updated application, you will receive a notification email informing you that a FISRA note or letter has been added to the Application Workspace page. Please review accordingly and respond. Upon registration, you will receive a notification from FISRA indicating that your amendment has been registered. To view and print a notice of registration of amendment, on the PSP in the top navigation bar, select Applications. On the Application Records page, select the plan number, application type Amendment, Status Approved. Click on Open Workspace in the Actions column. On the Application Workspace page, click on the file in the Correspondence box. Click Open to view the Notice of Registration of Amendment.